All right, ladies and gentlemen from across the pond, welcome to the first edition of our podcast. My name is Greg J. Williamson, and I'm joined by Daniel Dipper. Today, we'll just be introducing ourselves, and we'll be talking about across the pond what goes on either side between the UK and Europe, and what goes on in the United States and the Americas. So, starting off with our first topic will be contrasts between what goes on in America and what takes place here in the UK, and particularly Scotland, which is where I am from. So, Daniel, first things first, food is a massive thing that
Definitely, especially
causes
when America's the most obese country.
exactly, and Scotland is probably top five most obese countries in the world due like per population. So obviously we are quite famous for our food and drink with our whiskies and our traditional Scottish foods and our soft drinks. And America is famous for its big, eating big amounts of food at once. It's big
You got like a
McDonald's,
fucking
it's
10-pound
pizzas,
burger.
yeah, everything like that. So I wanted to ask you first thing, have you ever tried haggis?
Can you repeat that word one more time for me, please?
Haggis.
Yeah, that's my buddy's grandma down the road.
Now, for
No, man,
those
I've never
across the
heard of that
pond,
before.
for those
The
across the
same thing
pond,
is,
oh, go ahead.
oh, definitely not. Like they're not over here at all. The weirdest thing I've heard of yet, besides that, but even though you haven't really described it to me, is your idea of a boiled egg. Like, what's it called? A scotched egg?
Scotch deck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, what was it? Sausage on a boiled egg and everything? I mean, we
Yeah, it's
usually
like,
scramble our eggs and sausage together, and that's about the closest you'll get to it.
well, obviously Scotland is, we've got the stereotype that we always eat haggis and things like that. Now, haggis, to people who have never had it before, is like, it's sheep's intestine essentially is the outside, okay, which is obviously not very appealing when you hear about it. Um, and the inside, well, it tastes fantastic, but it's got like the insides of of like a sheep. So you've got your heart, liver, and lungs mixed with whatever else you want to fancy it, add in there. So you've got like you can add onions or spices, um, different meats, all wrapped in sheep's intestines and cooked in an oven. It doesn't sound great, but tastes fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds pretty weird there, buddy. Oh, well, let me ask you this: do you have gravy biscuits over there,
I have
or
no
biscuits and
idea
gravy?
what that is, not remotely.
All right. So I know like your biscuits is like a hard cookie or whatever, or a hard piece of bread. Our biscuits
Uh,
are like a really, it's like a ball of really good bread, but it's not really bread. So
we
essentially, what it is, gravy biscuits is just white gravy. You know what white gravy is, don't you? Milk and flour
no
made real
idea. We've
hot.
never. I
Oh
don't think we
shit!
have white gravy over here.
Oh man, that's it's pretty bad. So what it is sausage, and you got to know what sausage is. Comes from pig.
Yeah, man. We're not backward savages. We eat pork. That's not in any way, shape, or form discrimination towards anyone who doesn't eat pork. By the way, we just it's very common here. We have bacon, sausages, the lot, pork chops.
Whoa,
Uh,
whoa, 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 whoa. Anybody that don't eat sausage is just weird, man.
careful, careful. You're on thin ice already. It's just the first episode.
Oh, it'll buff out.
We'll get that later. That's one of our
Oh,
topics later.
definitely, definitely.
All right.
Oh,
So gravy, white gravy, which we don't have here. Biscuits for us, like we have, your custard creams. You have digestive biscuits, which is just like
what?
it's like something you have. You know, a cup of tea, right? I don't know. You know what a cup of tea
Yeah,
is,
like
right?
sweet tea, like cold tea with ice and
No,
some
no,
light
no, 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 no,
ice
no, no,
little
no, no,
sugar
no,
in
no,
it.
no, 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 no.
Oh
The
yeah.
UK symbol of its, empire was its tea, right? Tea is the bee's knees, the dog's bollocks, right? It's
So wait a
just
minute. So is your style of tea is just hot and you put milk in it, kind of thing?
Yeah, yeah. So you put a tea bag in the
Okay.
mug, right? Put hot water in. By the way, if anyone says otherwise, they're getting
Whoa.
shot. Okay.
All
Whoever
right.
puts the milk
So
in first is wrong.
whoa, 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 whoa. So you put the tea bag in your mug that you're going to drink it out of?
Yeah. Then you put
Okay,
hot
so
water on.
you're completely wrong on making tea in mine.
No. You
Yes, it
can't
is. You
argue.
get a
Tea is
pot.
sacred, especially in England, even though I'm Scottish, but it's brought its way up here. Tea, hot water, right, on top of the tea bag, milk then, take the tea bag out, or you can put the tea bag, leave the tea bag in, put the sugar in, stir, boom, there's a nice brew. Then with your biscuits, okay, biscuits are like a crumbly, like they're solid in a way. I don't know how you describe it. It's
Like
like
your crumpets.
no crumpets. No, we don't. Crumpets are like kind of like waffles in a way.
What?
Yeah, like
Hey,
not like not like your yeah, like you can put like syrup on it. You can put jam, chocolate spread, whatever. Um,
ooh.
yeah, crumpets are more of an English thing though. Like we still have it here, but tea, bro, you've got to have it the right way. Like, don't get me wrong, iced tea is fucking lit, right? It's class, it's great, but you cannot beat a nice brew, some custard creams, maybe a couple of chocolate digestives. That's like a good thing to wake up to in the morning.
Okay. So
Okay,
let me just pause you right there.
right.
So let me show you how it's made in America. So you get your pot, you put some warm water in it, you cut your stove up to high
Do you not have a
to where it's
kettle?
really hot. A kettle, like kettle corn popcorn.
Do you know what a kettle is?
Yeah, man, yeah.
What's a kettle?
It's a big old cast iron pot,
What the
basically. It's
fuck
like
is
what you
no?
see a freaking leprechaun holding his pot of gold. That's a kettle.
That is not a kettle. That's a pot. A kettle is something you put. It's like a how the fuck do you describe it?
A pot is a really tall frying pan.
God, the Americans are fucking weird. A kettle, you put it down, you push a button, and it gets really hot water, right? Like kind of like an urn. But then you pour.
That's called a freaking rice maker, my friend, or a deep fryer.
I'm losing brain cells here.
Oh man. All right. So how you make sweet tea? So you put the tea bags in the pot. All right. You
Right?
wait till it starts boiling, and then you pinch a dab will do you some baking soda down in there. It gives it that
Baking
dark
soda?
color. Yeah, it gives it the dark color.
The fuck? Do you not put any
And
milk in it?
then no, hell no.
What the fuck?
And then you turn around. After it starts boiling, you put the baking soda in there.
Uh huh.
You fill your pitcher up full, like 2 cups of sugar is what I put. I make my stuff sweet.
Uh huh.
So 2 cups of sugar. Then you pour the tea in there.
Uh huh.
Then you get your big old ladle
A
and you
ladle.
squeeze all the tea out of the tea bag.
What the fuck?
Then you throw the tea bags away. You pour a little bit of water in the tea to fill it up to the top of the jug. You mix it up real good.
Uh
Then you
huh.
put some ice in a mason jar. You pour the tea in there and you drink it like a pro.
I'm sorry. I've never ever had tea like that. Like we get like iced tea over here. We get Lipton's iced tea and other brands of iced tea, but we do not make it. Maybe some people do. I've never went to someone's house and their mum or their gran or their uncles or aunties have never once come up to me like, "Yo, let me teach you how to make tea," and then they take me through that process, right? They
All
stick the
right,
kettle
so
on, boil some water, put a tea bag in a mug, pour the hot water on said tea bag, stir, milk, stir, take the tea bag out, sugar in, stir,
I'll tell
whatever
you
order.
what, now I'm going to have to make an entire video on just how to make tea.
No, because you get
And-
destroyed and invaded by the UK.
Oh, yeah. Oh, buddy. Don't want that to happen. And dropping some of them scotched eggs in our plates every morning.
Don't diss until you try.
Oh, man, that just sounds unpleasant. I mean,
Nah, it
all right,
tastes it
so
tastes good.
so based on greasy thing, what's the greasiest food that you have over there in
The
Scotland?
greasiest food. Well, we have fish and chips, which is pretty greasy. And when we say chips, we mean fries, bro, not chips as in, packets of crisps. I'm talking potato, nice, put in a fryer, okay? And you get your fish, it's battered. Or we have like Turkish kebab shops, okay? And you get yourself a doner kebab. Doner meat is just lamb. That shit has enough grease and oil that you guys would like to invade it. I'm telling you, that is heart disease. That is heart disease in a box. However good it tastes, that is why we're so fucking fat.
I'll tell you what, man, the most greasiest thing I've ever seen here. I mean, don't get me wrong, fried chicken over here comes to
Mm.
second place, definitely. But you go over to grandma's house and you tell her you want some scrambled eggs and sausage,
Yeah.
and you just so happen to lay a paper towel on the top, that thing's gonna be yellow and still have plenty of grease in the plate.
Still enough to cook like a second meal on it. Damn.
Oh, definitely, man. You could fill a whole bottom of a skillet with it.
Mmm.
But
Delicious.
man, is it good, but you'll be shitting for a week.
Right. I've got something we can talk about. So, American sports and UK sports are obviously very different, especially
Yeah,
over here in
football
Europe.
is like you throw an oval and you try to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, we call that football here. Is what you call soccer. Now, soccer to you guys is like the most popular sport here in Europe, other than rugby.
Yeah, and it
Um,
sucks.
it's amazing. We've just had some Champions League and Europa League football, which is like the biggest club
Okay,
events in the world.
let me trigger some people right quick. So,
Go for it.
what is so fancy about kicking a ball into a net?
You could say that about anything.
Not really. I mean, baseball, you got a little bit of interaction. So, baseball is amazing. NASCAR is
NASCAR, you're just
amazing.
driving around in a circle.
You got Formula One, all they do is drive around on the street in a weird looking car that looks like something from a cartoon in the 1950s.
But it's still awesome.
Not really. It sounds like shit. You ever been? Look, man, come to America and watch a NASCAR race live. Go to the
You're
track.
literally, you've got what,
Your
like 60
eardrums will
cars on a
bleed.
track driving in an oval. I think every sport that you guys play involves ovals or some sort of fucking ball. Like, obviously, you guys have American football, which is just like rugby but with armor on.
I
NASCAR is
mean,
just
you wouldn't
shit
really
Formula
call it
One.
armor. Basically, the only thing you have, you got an inch thick pad that don't feel. It's like a worn pillow, like a pillow that just don't stay firm anymore. That's basically what it is. And you got shoulder pads that's made of
Mm.
plastic that will just destroy your shoulders. And I mean, come over here and play a game of backyard football and watch how rough it gets. I mean, it's the funnest game, but you might break a couple bones and lose a couple teeth, but you'll never have more fun.
See, like the only American sport that I follow, or yeah, is the NBA. Now I'm a
All
six
right.
foot four, giant. I love watching basketball. I love playing basketball. And obviously the new NBA season's just started. Chicago Bulls is my team, even though we suck. Uh, Still my team. And obviously you're from Illinois, so got to represent.
I don't watch basketball at all, man. I think it's the dumbest sport ever.
I don't I
Honestly.
don't I don't like baseball, which is basically we've got a British version of that called rounders here, which is basically the same concept. You hit a ball as far as you can and then run around some bases. Obviously, golf is still pretty popular here and there.
Now,
American football
golf,
is kind
don't
of
get me
popular
wrong,
here.
golf is pretty cool.
Golf, I like golf. It's
Yeah,
kind of a
it's pretty. I mean,
sport.
it's. I don't like how laid back it is, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get people like around the side, fucking chanting, lighting flares, fighting each other over golf, like who can drive the furthest. But like when you come to like a football game over here, soccer to you guys, like say like Eastern European football, okay, these guys are off their rockers, crazy. Same with Italy. Um, like we have ultra groups. Same in like Scotland, we've got the Old Firm, which you've got Celtic and you've got Rangers, two of the biggest teams in Scotland. And when they play each other, you've got your like Green Brigade versus I don't actually know the Rangers. I don't want to insult anyone, but I don't actually know the Rangers Ultras group. They're lighting flares. They're trying to fight each other all the time, and that's next level. But when I watch American football, you guys are, it's stop and start. Stop and start, stop and start, stop and start. Same with ice hockey. Like I like ice hockey. I like American football, but it's just too slow pace, and I think that's why soccer, aka football, is the better alternative because it's fast paced. People are running past each other, doing nice skills. Rifling a shot at like 70 miles an hour with your foot. I'm just saying.
But what about people rifling a baseball that weighs about a pound straight in a straight line or in a curve or a slide kind of maneuver, straight down and back up? I mean, if they're throwing that ball almost at 100 mile an hour. At the
Yeah,
same time, they're doing some
uh,
extensive damage to their arm.
but that's
But
like
hey,
tennis. Tennis, you can hit a tennis ball at like 140 miles an hour. Like if that was to hit you, you're getting like knocked out cold. I've seen ball
yeah.
boys getting absolutely pelted with serves from like Andy Murray and Novak Djokovic. Absolute beasts of the sport. But I
All
think
right,
the
I got a
divide
big
between
question for you.
Oh, go ahead.
So over there in Scotland, do y'all watch WWE?
When I was younger, I used to watch WWE. I even saw it live, but it's still quite big over here. A lot of kids watch it because it's a
All
kids
right,
thing.
so think of it this way: there's still people that believe it's a real thing.
Don't
And
don't don't
I
destroy their
didn't know,
dreams, man.
well, I didn't know it was fake until I turned 13 years old.
Damn.
I mean, it's an awesome thing to watch, but once you figure out it's just nothing but a soap opera, it kind of gets really dumb to you.
Yeah,
But it's still the biggest thing out there.
it makes careers. Like John Cena, The Rock.
Hmm.
They've now got very successful acting careers by wearing speedos and running about all greased up, trying to tackle other greased up men and chicks. And whatever your fantasy is, you could be gay, straight, bi. I don't give a damn. Someone's getting turned on by that, and
Yeah, you bring a guy wearing a speedo and a buff body, and you bring him to a just a party and it's full of gay people. They're going to
yeah, they're
guarantee
gonna
you that that's a stripper.
they're gonna lose their mind. I think that's the only reason that they've made it. But The Rock, The Rock is
Mm.
one hell of an actor. I will give him that. He's a good actor. He plays his roles well. Obviously, he's coming out with the new Jumanji movie. Um, Jack Black as well, absolute icon. Um, but WWE over here, it's kind of it's more like ages between like 9 to 13, maybe 14. You'll be in your back garden or yard, as you guys call it. You'll be on your trampoline, and I remember I was out at my friend's house on his trampoline, and his little cousin came in and drop kicked me to the face, thinking he was Randy Orton. I'm no lying. I went down like a sack of potatoes. I caught one right to the teeth. I was like, Jesus Christ, this kid's about to get choke slammed in the next week. Fucking Batista bomb his ass. But that was that was the last time I ever did a WWE style thing as a child. Um, but yeah, no, it's still on TV. You get it on Sky Sports or whatever. I think it says its own channel now, but obviously it's much bigger over there. That's where it kind of came from.
All right. Oh, all right. Let me ask you one more, and then I'll
Go
let you
for it.
steal the show. So, when you think of America,
Hmm.
like just out of the blue, somebody just walks up to you and says America. What's the
Yeah.
first thing that hits you right in the face?
Well, I think of your lovely national anthem. And then I think of, that America, fuck yeah. And then some guy in a white tank top holding two, M16s with an eagle and maybe some explosions in the background like he's in a Michael Bay movie. Um, that is the first thing that comes to mind. I think patriotism. I think of, America being very, we are the best country in the damn world. And anyone says otherwise, you're getting invaded. That's pretty much what comes to mind.
Yeah, we are pretty cocky, ain't we?
First thing that comes to mind when you think of Scotland.
Bagpipes. Got to
Classic.
be the bagpipes.
Cliche. Cliche. Nobody
No,
else has anything else
honestly,
to
along
say.
with the bagpipes, the first thing that comes to my mind would be the just all of Europe. Is I mean, nobody really over here pays too much attention to stuff all across the pond. Honestly,
Hmm.
I know I didn't really start paying too much attention to it till I met you and everything. We started talking about stuff.
Uh-huh.
But then the biggest thing that really hits me is the difference between America and other countries. For you, example, there's no classes in school that teaches you bagpipes and band.
Well, no.
I'm assuming that y'all can learn bagpipes and band at high school.
Yeah. When I was at high school, there was a group of kids. And it's very popular here to be in like a band, like marching band. Oh, I say very popular. There's a lot of people who play bagpipes, who do drums, and who play brass instruments. Like we're a very musically talented country. Um, but yeah, bagpipes do get taught here. It's you try to do maths, and all you hear is Scotland the Brave blaring down the corridor, and you're thinking, "Fuck's sake, I've heard this song about 18 times in the space of 3 hours." So good though.
Well, all right. So this is another thing that comes to mind too. When I think of Europe in general,
Hmm.
is how we kicked some ass in the 1700s. I mean, just
1700s,
think about it.
the American Revolution.
Yeah, man, we kicked some ass, did we not?
It was a team effort between you and France and a little bit of Spain.
Yeah, but you still had your rednecks that just acted like dumbasses and killed some people.
Yeah, but then you had your own civil wars and shit. Like you kicked your own asses. I feel
Yeah, that's
like
true. We did kick our own asses there.
yeah, I feel like the American ego is very not. I would say it's not quite aggressive, but you know, you're very. Imagine I get into a fight with you, right? And I say, right, I'm going to kick your ass, and then you say, well, hold on, let me get my big cousin to come and beat you up, bro. Let me. That's what it's like, you know. He's all, yeah. You can't fight as one, but if you fight as a giant ass nation, like that's the big cousin. You
Yeah,
kick
but you
shit
got to
up.
think about it. That's a good thing. I mean, you compare that to other countries, like North Korea alone.
Hmm.
From what I've understood and what I've observed, I think Korea is more cocky than us. Even though they're very secretive, they're pretty cocky.
I think
And
that's
then,
a false advertisement to the world to try and scare, you know, especially in the United States. They hate America.
yeah, but the thing about it is, if North Korea tried to intimidate America, just America,
Hmm.
North Korea would get laughed at so hard by every country just because of the fact their own countries, I think, is it the size of Texas altogether, basically?
Round about that. I think I'd have to look it up, but use Texas obviously swamps any country in Europe pretty much, other than like Germany and France. But you could fit like 80 UKs in Texas. It's just unbelievable.
And I mean, yeah, think of it that way too.
Just
Just Texans
manpower.
alone, holy shit!
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine North Korea trying to intimidate them. I mean, I'm not sure how true it is, but I heard it on a podcast before
Hmm.
that Texas held a Draw Muhammad contest.
Draw Muhammad, like as in Muhammad the Prophet.
Yeah, yeah, trying to intimidate the Islamic groups and
Jesus
everything across the pond. Yeah,
Christ, that's fucked. That is
yeah,
backwards.
and I mean that's just how cocky we are.
I,
And
I,
plus we're always looking for a fight.
I
I
don't
mean
even
that's
see that as cocky. I see that as being like
just being a
ignorant.
dick.
Yeah, being a dick, being a giant
Well, hey,
American dick.
that well, that's how it is. We all got a big American dicks. Exactly. All of our testosterone levels are up through the roof.
Yeah. All right. Next question. So you guys have unique dress code over there, and obviously, when most people think of Scotland, they think kilts. Okay, they think skirts, as the Americans call it. Now, the kilt is, you know, you wear tartan, you wear your clan's tartan, and you guys have, you know, your states. You know, you're unified by state. We used to be back in the old days. I say the old days. I'm talking like hundreds of years ago. United by clans. So back in the 1800s, you'd wear your clan's tartan, and my clan is gun. So when I wear a kilt, I wear that tartan, and I feel like that
Wait,
makes
did you
us
say gun was
gun.
your clan?
Gunn, not like firearm gun, as in the name gun. I would like to see like we are famous for our kilts, but I don't know what Americans are famous for their clothing. I feel like you know it's like high
It
tops.
would definitely be the Marine uniform.
Marines?
There's the Marine dress uniform.
You think
That
so?
would be, yeah, I very do think so because you got to think the Marine dress uniform is a very outspoken uniform. I mean, as you see somebody wearing that uniform, it speaks American. I mean, it's just, I mean, it pisses red, white, and blue. Just the uniform.
Yeah, to
I
be
mean, the
fair,
uniform is amazing. It's the most known and well observed uniform in all of our military and everything.
I'll give you that. Well, we don't wear kilts to combat anymore, but during the First World War, the Germans were terrified of the Scottish soldiers. Now, the more Scots died than you can imagine. Okay, and I've been to the battlegrounds of the First World War, and there's many a statue of Scottish soldiers, Black Watch, in kilts. And the Germans, when they saw us coming or they heard our bagpipes, knew that they were either going to get slaughtered or that they were going to have one hell of a fight in their hands because we were the ultimate fighting force, the most terrifying, Scottish Devils, Kilted Devils as they called us. You can't get any better than that. And I feel like that's what, when you guys think the American Marines and you see your uniform, I think that's what people think. If you go to like a different country when you invaded Iraq or when you were in Afghanistan or whatever, you guys were, you saw that Marine outfit, you were like, damn, we're gonna have a fierce fight.
I mean, it's not just that either. I mean, if you see anything American, we're just so cocky and hard headed and everything. If we went over, say we came to Scotland and all you heard was America, fuck yeah, coming over a helicopter, and you just see nothing but Air Force, and then you see naval ships full of military from the United States. For a split second, you're not going to be like, oh, fuck. I mean, you're going to piss yourself for a second. I mean, it's just because we're dumbasses. We're not afraid to.
You're not afraid to be
For no
American.
reason.
I think that's what it is.
Exactly.
You're not afraid to be who you really are. And I think that's a common problem that you see a lot across countries nowadays. And it's not just by your political identity. I think it's just, your national identity. I think that's what a lot of people are struggling with nowadays. Scotland isn't, though. Scotland's very nationalist, very patriotic about where we come from, our roots, our history. And I think that will never change. I think Scotland will always be famous for its, nationalism, its patriotism about its history. Kilt, bagpipes, haggis, a lot. We don't give a damn what you think, but you always see us as something, though.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
But
get my drift.
yeah, every
Right.
country is going to be seen as something.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, you look at North Korea. The first thing you think of when you see North Korea or anything North Korean, you think of missiles, because that's what they're most commonly known for, is trying to learn how to blow shit up. But as we can all agree on, America was the first country to want to blow shit up for no reason. I mean, we blow shit up every day just to blow shit up to see how big of an explosion we can get to make our dicks hard.
That makes perfect sense. That is the cliche classic American that I love to hear.
I mean, that's us. But
Big
as
swinging.
far as me right now, I'm going to have to start concluding my side of the recording.
No, that's good. We'll call it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you letting me come out here, or come on here down here in my lovely basement to have this great conversation with you.
No
And
problem.
I recommend you start making sweet tea the correct way before you
As
get
long
some
as you make
serious injuries in your
a good brew,
system.
that's fine with me. But we'll conclude it there. We'll be making many more episodes of Across the Pond over the next few weeks. And just let us know if you want to talk about anything in the description or in the comments. And yeah, thank you all for listening. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Y'all have a good night or day, wherever starting off, and we'll talk to y'all later.